Okay, this Nutch's home is over in that direction. This is the headman's home. This is here, but he also not only headman of the entire village. He does hair cutting. Potato harvest time, Chiang Rai province. Another beautiful day in Chiang Rai province, Thailand. Today is March the 19th. 10 more days and we will be leaving for southern Thailand, Phuket. It's down by the ocean. One of the drawbacks of living in rural Thailand is these periodic times when they are doing repairs to the hydro and they shut off the electricity like they did this morning, but they warn you ahead of time. There's a headman, in fact he lives over in that direction. You can't see the house because of the trees. Actually you can see the back of the house right there. Usually before the sun comes up he's doing an announcement over a PA system that apparently everybody in the village can hear. Anyway, so he gives an announcement. He's talking on that thing 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning about I'm going to say at least 3 times a week. A funny thing is, before he starts talking, he plays a song. A Thai song over the PA, and I guess that's supposed to gently take you out of your slumber before you start speaking. It works obviously, but I mean, to me it's like I don't even know what the heck he's saying, but you know. But anyway, so apparently we were warned that the hydro would go off between 9 a.m. and noon today, and that was the case. It did come back on shortly after lunch. But yesterday, they turned the water off for some reason. I still don't know why. I think she said something about damage to a water main or something like that. And she suspected that it would be repaired this morning. Well, it is in the afternoon now, and we still don't have the water back on. So that is one of the downfalls of living in rural Thailand. Not to say like I live in the city, or I've lived in the city in Canada, and these things happen there as well. We have power outages or a water main break because of the weather or what have you, and you know, it happens. But here, I've only been here since here Chiang Rai province. I've been here almost 2 months now, but I was here for the month of January and here almost for the month of March before we go to Phuket. But it's happened 3 times already in this short period of time. So it's always been the electricity. This is the first time, no, it's the second time we've had an issue with the water. So it happens, but it seems to happen more frequent in these third world countries. But you know what? I'm just making a video. I'm not complaining about it. We were warned in advance, so I made sure the kettle was boiling this morning to have my coffee, and life is good. Hopefully it is back on, the water is back on by tonight, because 2 days in a row with high temperatures, I'm sweating pretty good, and I'd like to have a shower before I hit the sack tonight. My video content is kind of lagging simply because we're not doing much other than going for Nucha's swimming lessons. And again, I am on a pretty strict budget to make sure that I can survive the winter away from Canada, so it's not like we can jump in the car every day and bugger off to go somewhere to spend money. In fact, speaking of cars, the last time we were going to go swimming 2 days ago, the alternator belt broke, and we ended up having to call Spy's father to come and pick us up, which turned out to be okay because he was in Chiang Rai City doing shopping and they were on their way home, which they had to drive right by us anyway, so it worked out perfect. We got a ride home. In the meantime, while we were waiting, Spy made arrangements. This was Sunday. Today is Tuesday here. Anyway, made arrangements to have the vehicle towed to well, I was going to say garage, but when we went and picked it up yesterday, it was a repair shop, but things are not like they are in North America. But they replaced the water pump and put on a new belt, and that was 2,080 Thai baht. So we're talking approximately 90 some dollars Canadian. And the thing I found out about that is they flushed the radiator. Well, I mean, they topped it up. Or did he say they flushed it? But you know what? They don't put antifreeze in the radiator here. Like the car is, I don't know what year it is. It's an older one. It's got over 160,000 kilometers on it. And they bought it secondhand. And they were telling me, first of all, when you translate the word antifreeze to Thai language, it doesn't translate. And the word that it comes out as, I forget what it was. I did it yesterday and to show the mechanic, and it didn't help because he had no idea. I think it says something like the substance or something like that, something along that that line, I should say. They just top them up with water, and the guy made an odd statement. He says, when he picked up the car and brought it back to his place for the repair, he said the radiator was dry. And to my way of thinking, well, of course it's going to be dry. If you're only using water will evaporate. And in this heat, I'm surprised, we're not adding water to it every day. And I know that because I was driving the car, and I like to do a pre-trip all the time, especially when I'm driving somebody else's car, that I make sure the oil is there, the tires are up, and there's water in the radiator. And I had asked about antifreeze, and even the guy, Spy, Nancy's boyfriend, who drives the car most of the time, when he's not at work, I'll drive it to I'll take Nuch to swimming lessons, and I have driven it in Chiang Rai City. This is what Spy told me: when they're brand new, a car will come with antifreeze in it. But if for whatever reason, if it gets flushed out, or you spring a leak and you repair it, they don't replace the antifreeze, which is odd to me, because of the temperature, you'd think the sucker's going to boil over, right? And so getting back to what the mechanic said when he picked up the car, because once we heard the alternator belt break, and we pulled over to the side of the road right away. There was no steam, none of that. Anyway, so the guy says, yeah, the radiator was empty. I'm thinking, well, yeah, okay, I can believe that if you're not using antifreeze, because there is no leakage going on. But if it evaporates, water evaporates, antifreeze does not. So that's my point. I don't understand why in a country where it's hot all the time, they're not using antifreeze. I mean, I tried to explain to Spy, in Canada, you need antifreeze to prevent the engine from freezing or the radiator from freezing up in the wintertime, but it also helps to keep the engine cool in the summertime. So I don't get it. I'm not a mechanic, but I don't get it. And I have been in that vehicle enough times, and I've driven it enough times to know that it's, you know, it's never boiled over, and I'm finding that hard to believe. But anyway, there you have it. Just sitting upstairs watching the world go by for today, but thought I'd just do a little bit of a video. Take care.